everyone. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're having some laughs and some down, all the way down giggles and just enjoying your day. Like for real, right? Um, you know, I do these videos for us as black women and black girls, and I have a few concerns, and I thought that we should just all come together as black women and talk about this, right? Let's talk about it. So come on in, get your libation. There's a there's a space right here for you. Come on in. Girl, it's a little chilly out there, but we warm in here. We got blankies, whatever you need. Kick your feet up. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Because it's going to get a little deep here today. Okay? So, you know me and Tickety Top. That's a place where I'm like, oh, this is where everybody comes to actually say shit that they don't say in polite society. You know, it's just assumed and known, okay? But they say this shit out loud. Me, I listen to people's behaviors, okay? So, as black women, one of the things that I have found over the years, and um, it really is disturbing to me just because I'm not built that way. And I don't think any of us really are. I think we've just accepted so that we could just go through our day and live our life and make connections. We're highly evolved as empaths and healers. We of course have our issues, and we got enough people telling us what we're not, or what we are, or what they think, or what the fuck ever. And there's a reason why I will get on and um, tell white women to shut the fuck up. Stop talking about us. Okay, bitch? Just shut all the way the fuck up. I don't want you to talk about what you think is good, what you think is bad, what you think is in between. Shut the fuck up. Okay? We've had enough of you. It's been 403 years just in this country, and we're done. Okay? You got no business talking about us. Okay? Black men, the same goes for you. White men, Asian people, whoever, if you are not holding us sacred, protected and uplifted as black women and black girls, you get to shut the fuck up too. Because black women and girls, go look up your statistics and data, are not murdering you. We're not. We're not preventing you from going out there and getting your education and working hard and getting you a job or whatever. We're not. Black women are not getting up in the morning thinking about, oh, how can I fuck a white woman's world up today? We're not. We don't think about you really until we have to deal with you. Which is every time we walk out our door or when you get your ass on social media. Okay? Like, I know y'all as white women, y'all, I call y'all WW. Okay? For edification from now on, WW means White Walker. Okay? That's how you roll. We as black women and black girls understand who you are. We understand where you came from, and we understand your love of violence as white women. We were taught from small children how to keep you happy, how to try to make ourselves smaller so we don't invoke any type of jealousy or envy or anything from you, how to play dumb, though we're brilliant, how to act like we don't really know shit because you don't know shit and you don't want to know shit, but you want people around you who know shit and can take care of everything for you, black women, but not ever say we're taking care of you and all of your needs, desires, and your violent ass behaviors toward us and our children. So black women, if you're looking at this and you're going, what the hell, what's this girl doing today? Why does she have such animosity? And she's gonna make us all look like angry black women, who are belligerent and who are holding on to da 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 da. Girl, I'm not gonna make you look like anything. Okay? Black woman, I'm not gonna make you look like anything. What I'm hoping happens as we go through more of these let's talk about it is that you start to really understand that you get to choose who and what you are and what you want. You. You get to choose what you're going to believe about yourself. You're going to decide what you're going to do. You're going to decide how you deal with each situation. And as far as me personally, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck what people have to say about me. Oh, you think I'm masculine? Oh, you think I'm too feminine? Oh, you think I'm too this or too that? Bitch, I don't care. Now this is for the white women and all these other collectives that got some shit to say about black women and black girls. I don't give a fuck what you think. You don't define me. Nothing you say matters except for the fact that it has real life effects on black women and black girls. If the situation calls for my ass to get with my emotions and my feelings of being enraged, bitch, you better know that's what's gonna happen. If it means I need to whoop, then you better believe that's what's gonna happen. So what you gonna do? Because as y'all will see on here, and I want you to be able to pause the parts where you see the books, because I pulled from Mothers of Massive Resistance, as well as They Were Her Property, because we all have been pushed this idea as black women and black girls, though we know our experience is completely opposite, that somehow white women are the height of femininity and submissiveness and whatever the fuck. Okay? They want somebody to define them? Fine. Girl, I don't give a fuck. But when it comes to us, they're not the good and the pretty and all that other shit. We experience everyday fucking violence. And if you think about it, you can go to your childhood and remember, even in school, how the white teacher was with you as a black girl. How your family rode with you as a black girl. How everything about you is open season. But they trap you with this bullshit about, oh, you're not feminine enough. You're too masculine. Do you know that's how the fucking language has not changed for 403 fucking years? They've been saying the same thing about us because they covet us. Okay? They covet. This bullshit about, you're gonna hear some white women talk, okay? And I want you to just pick out what they're saying and translate that into their bad ass, violent ass behaviors towards you. Whether you're in school, whether you're at work, whether you're on the street, whether you're in a fucking store, whether you're in your house watching TV and they happen to come through, okay? On social media, all of that shit. Violent ass shit. You're going to hear one woman just basically come out and say, She was a young black girl came on. She was speaking and saying the same thing I've been saying too. White people, keep your Asian people, black men, keep our name out of your fucking mouth. Now, she was talking specifically about white people, white women, right? And, um, I'm equal opportunity, fuck you, okay? So, you will hear her speak, and then you will hear a white woman. These are TikTokers, and you'll hear a white woman come on and tell her how she is a pretty girl and she's very beautiful, but she's ugly inside because she's angry and bitter. Humans have emotions, white women, WWs. They have emotions. That's what humans have. I don't know what they taught you before you put on a human suit and you came here from wherever you came from, out the caves, whatever happened 8,000 years ago, because you're just not that old. And I don't expect for you to be evolved past really much of the violence that you undertake, whether that violence is mental, emotional, religious, because it's not spiritual. You don't have those types of connections with yourself or other people. As a collective, that's not how you roll. The fact that black women and black girls can have compassion for you when every time we turn around, you are at our necks, drawing our blood, sucking the fucking life out of us. And when you're not being violent in all of those ways, physically and sexually, bitches, you are running around and fucking with our money. It's like we get these educations. We're brilliant as black women and black girls. We have to work so hard, while you as WWs, you get up and wake up and your best is mediocre when you wake up. That's as good as it's gonna get. It's mediocre. For black women and black girls, it's a demand. And it's also a part of who we are, that we wake up excellent. We don't need to wake up excellent for you anymore, bitches. Don't nobody care how you feel about black women. You've said enough for 403 years. Shut the fuck up. Stay your ass out of grown folks' business. That means stay your ass and keep your mouth shut about black women and black girls. You have the same enslavers mentality and lazy ass colonizationers. I made that shit up on the fly. Colonists, colonizers that you've always had. You haven't evolved because you don't want to. I don't know. You ain't gonna do that kind of work. You ain't gonna unzip your skin and actually look at the fucking creature you are and work on your damn self. Okay? That ain't it. That ain't gonna happen with you. Nevertheless, black women, do me a favor, watch these videos. And I want to give a shout out because I love these girls, right? These girls on YouTube, one's named Destiny Ute. I hope I'm saying it right, Miss Destiny. Jenny O and Cindy V. And they are so good at just like, they're nothing like me. Like, they're just so calm and so sweet. Okay. But they are standing up in their way and they're showing us a lot. So they take TikTok videos and the stitches and they let you see for yourself. Today, I'm going to let you see for yourself. Okay. And there are parts in there that have some reading. You can pause that and read it yourself. because these are the types of studies that I do. So when white women are talking, WWs are talking, White Walkers are talking, I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up. I already told you to shut up. There's consequences to your badass behavior. Okay? Leave us the fuck alone. Leave us alone. Stop talking. Because when you open your mouth and you shed your little tears and you have this judgment or that thing to say, it too often becomes fucking policy, a law, and then you get your police to enforce it on black women, black girls, and our children. Shut the whole fuck up. That's my message to white women. To black women, hold them to that. Well, they're not all bad. There's some good. There's a 24-hour clock me and my bestie, Pam, used to say. A 24-hour clock. Bitch, you know how white walkers like to say, oh, I'm not even going to go in the past. You'll hear one of them say it in these videos. I don't even want to go back to the past. Bitch, I guess you don't. I guess you don't. But I'm going to hold you to that. Because you got a 24-hour clock. And then your day starts all over again. I'm not trusting you. I don't believe you're good. I've watched all of your different behaviors over years. Not just with me, but with thousands of black women and black girls. I've studied you. And your violent fucking behavior when you crawled out of wherever you did 8,000 years ago in Europe. Up to today, and not a fucking thing has changed. Except black women and black girls. We're going to always thrive beyond you. And you can covet us all day, and you will no longer harness our elemental nature. You like the smell of our burning flesh. You proved that in the 1900s and well before then. But we have documentation of white women with their white children and their white husbands finally taking a bath and in their Sunday best while they stood around human beings, not just black men, because we don't talk about this part, but they lynched black women, and often enough with our children hanging beside us or burning beside us or tarred and feathered beside us. Simply because we are black. Not because we did anything physical, mental, or emotional, anything to them. You don't have the room to do anything and say anything about us. Not another motherfucking word. So, I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of the video. I thank you so much for joining me. You know I love y'all. You know I love y'all, black women. Girl, I'm about the what? What am I about? Holding black women and black girls sacred, protected, and uplifted.
White people are truly delusional. We don't want y'all to like us. We don't give a fuck who y'all like, where y'all like, how y'all like, when y'all like. We just want y'all to leave us the fuck alone. Are truly delusional. We don't want y'all to like us. We don't give a fuck who y'all like, where y'all.
Delusional white person. I just wanted to say something. You're beautiful, by the way. Your complexion is flawless. Number two, that attitude, the attitude has got to go. And number three, I have black friends on all different spectrums, and I'm talking all different spectrums. And if you're speaking for a collective the collective does not feel that way. It's just, again, your attitude. And I'm sure there's other beautiful Black women and men that feel the same way you do. But you know what? Life is too short to be so angry. It's time to let that hate go. This is 2022, and I'm not even speaking about the past. But you know what? That's the past. And the only thing that you're wearing that's making all of this ugly, and it does, because an ugly heart is what makes a person ugly altogether. And it's a shame because you're absolutely freaking beautiful, okay? But girl, like, who made you the Queen of Sheba? Get rid of that hate. Get rid of it because it's an ugly thing. Get rid of that bitterness. It's an ugly thing. It's an ugly thing. I can't take away from the hell that y'all have been through. And I'm not going to even try to. And I'm not going to even try and pretend that I know. But I'm just going to go ahead and say this. The collective does not feel with what you're saying. Okay? So stop spreading hate and stop being so naive and delusional yourself, because you sound like a bitter, angry Black woman. That's exactly what you sound like. And girl, nobody want to see that. Nobody want to hear that. You need to be better than the collective. You need to be a better version of yourself. And you have all the potential in the world. You're already gorgeous. If you don't want to talk to white people, then don't talk to white people. And I'm talking on a bigger spectrum because I'm not just Caucasian. I'm also indigenous as well. So stop the hate and stop making videos talking about how, and the way she was presenting herself, that woman that I did the stitch with, she was coming off as an angry Black woman. And I'll say it again. She was coming off as an angry Black woman. If that is how you feel, and I'm sorry as well. I am not a person that judges or hates anybody for who they love, who they love, what they believe, or anything like that. And I want my page to be a safe place for people to come and feel encouraged after having a bad day. I was on the defense. When anybody's being called something that they're not, and they know that they're not, anybody naturally is going to try and defend themselves. Any social media platform. There is no grace to be held when you give your opinion. You are not allowed to give an opinion to any kind of, when it is a person of color. And the rest of the world may be afraid to say what's really on their mind. But I'm not.
I wanted to make sure you had written documentation about how White Walkers have been so violent in our lives from the very beginning, and nothing has changed. Like I stated, you're getting excerpts from Mothers of Massive Resistance, which is talking about white women during segregation and some of the horrible, awful things that they did to ensure that they were calling it slavery by another name. Okay. And that's what they constantly do. The other book is called She Was Their Property, because people don't believe that 40% of those of us who were enslaved here in the Americas were owned by white women, and their husbands or whoever, fathers, whatever, didn't have legal right. So slow this down, stop it, and read it. Okay.
Last night, you saw how many white women voted for Trump, and you saw how many white women voted against Stacey Abrams. White women were never going to vote for Stacey Abrams. White women don't want a Black woman over them, upsetting the hierarchy of supremacy. But even more than that, white women are scared of Black women. We fear them. And the reason we fear them is because we know that they are free. We know that they are strong. We know that they are much better than us when it comes to supporting each other and being authentic and being real and speaking their truth. And we don't like that because we know that we should be doing that, but we're not. So yeah.
After she said that,
Are white women really that scared of black women? And I'm going to say yes. And this is my opinion as a white woman who is 53 years old and has lived in the South in Georgia my entire life. But it's not being scared, but it's a fear. And it's not a physical fear, it is the mental fear. It is what we see in you and what we see you doing and how it challenges us and the fear of that. So we see black women and we see how strong you are. We see you coming together as a community. We see you supporting each other. We see you supporting your community, supporting your families, supporting your children, going out and fighting for your rights, being authentic in your race and in your femininity. Anyway. And we're jealous. I think we're jealous because we would love to be that, I think, and we don't know how to break out of the indoctrination that we have been suppressed by our entire lives. And I'm not giving white women a pass, don't get me wrong, but I know I, and most women, white women have been told our entire lives, be quiet, know your place, be a good girl, don't rock the boat, don't be too much. And when you are any of those things, you are ostracized because you have rocked their boat. And that is what black women are. You rock our boat, our mental boat, because you challenge us to look at how we are deficient and not living in our truth, and it makes us uncomfortable. And people don't like to be uncomfortable. And it makes us start to question ourselves, and people don't like to question themselves. We would rather live in our little bubble of white supremacy and what we know and comfortableness. I know that's not a word. Than a lot of people would, white women would, rather than challenge themselves to grow and know more, because it's easy. Doing the work is hard. It's really hard. I've been doing the work the past several years, and it's hard. It is hard admitting some truths about yourself and some truths about yourself as a white woman. So yeah, I think that white women are scared of black women because you challenge us in that way, and a lot of us don't like it. And that's why we fear you. It's because we fear what you make us face.